So yesterday was the first day of the January 6th Select Committee hearings. We heard from several different police officers, Capitol police officers, and the day could not have gone worse for Republicans. And there's a couple reasons why. First and foremost, we have to think of the officer who talked about all of the racial slurs that were hurled at him by these Trump-supporting rioters. I'm not going to repeat them. I'm not going to show the video. If you watched it yesterday, you know. They were shouting the N-word at this man while in uniform trying to protect the Capitol. They showed us who they were. Second thing that really destroyed the Republican talking points is that several of the officers actually addressed the talking points that Republicans had been throwing out. Like, oh, these were just peaceful tourists. Nope. No, they weren't. We saw the body cam footage that proved that. Trump said, oh, they were just there hugging and kissing all these officers for doing such a great job. And of course, one of the officers mentioned, I'm still recovering from the, quote, hugs and kisses that I received that day from your supporters. This is what Republicans had been fearing. It was an emotional day. It was a powerful day. You did have some of the officers openly weeping. You had members of the committee openly weeping, including the Republican Adam Kinzinger on there. The Democrats needed to come out of the gate strong, and they did. Yesterday's hearing captured the public's attention. It pulled on their heartstrings. It did exactly what it needed to do. And by showing the videos that had not yet been shown to the public, the body cam footage, it gives people an even deeper insight into what actually happened and what those officers were facing. So immediately, of course, since this was so horrible for Republicans and destroyed a lot of their talking points, you had right-wingers coming out trying to mock the police officers, say that they're unfit to serve. You had a Newsmax host doing that on Twitter. You had other conservative talking heads trying to do the same thing, trying to shift the blame, saying it wasn't that the protesters were crazy, it's that these officers are too thin-skinned. Now, we got a lot of thin-skinned police officers here in the United States, but those men who testified yesterday are not among them. They were doing their job. They were keeping both Republicans and Democrats safe. And they told us what they were facing that day, and everybody got to hear it. That is now into the congressional record. It is there for eternity. And Republicans cannot deny that. So what we're going to see, as these hearings continue, as more and more witnesses are called, it's going to get uglier. And the denials and the deflection coming from the Republicans is going to get even worse. As mentioned in the earlier video today, you had Matt Gaetz, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Louis Gohmert, I think Mo Brooks may have been there too. No, he wasn't, I'm sorry. But anyway, they tried to do their little counter-protest thing over at the DOJ. Didn't work. That was a distraction method. And they got what they deserved from that. But we're going to see more stunts like that. We're going to see more desperation from these Republicans as these hearings continue to blow up everything they've been saying about the insurrection for the past 7 months. Ring of Fire has fresh content 7 days a week, so if you want to be reminded about it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell to be notified every time a new video goes up.